Venom War, Wolverine issue number 3, Last Port, Maine.
Beware that when fighting monsters, you don't become a monster. That's what they say, right, Logan? Keen was always fighting his own monsters. Is that what happened to him? Is that why he could talk to those things?
Nah, the Venom symbiote's got a weakness for certain kinds of sounds. Keen hearing aid was out of whack, and that dead critters weren't smart as the original Venom. Must have given him some sort of control over them. Dumb luck gave the son of a bitch an army. Could have happened to a nicer guy. You okay, Miss Emily? Father of your son-in-law?
I thought he could change for the sake of our family. He only got more angry. Is the pub open tonight? Yeah, I think it's all clear.
Suppose I ought to be on my way.
Wait, Logan, don't. You were looking for a nice quiet place. You're always talking about family. I thought maybe you should stay. For me. For Flynn.
It's real nice of you, ma'am. And I ain't like I used to be. But what you're looking for, I still ain't that either. I drifted to Lastport, infected with one of them zombies. Running an automatic. I don't know why. I've been so many Wolverines over all of my years. Some of them hurt people on purpose, some of them on accident. Didn't want to come back as somebody's weapon. Now, here I am, running away. Instead of helping someone who knows just what that's like. Son of a Flynn. Maybe I ain't the best influence. But if it ain't me, it could be something worse. Vroom! After Eddie and Dylan Brock saw distinct and grim visions of the future, they went to war over who should remain in control of the Venom symbiote. The father and son's feud has blinded them to larger threats looming in the shadows, including Meridius, an evil version of Eddie from an alternate timeline, who has unleashed an half-symbiote, half-zombie zombiotes onto the streets of New York. Logan, aka Wolverine, was briefly taken over by one of these zombiotes until his healing factor fought off the infection. By the time he regained consciousness, he was in Lastport, Maine, a small town he had rolled through years earlier, where he had saved Emily and Flynn Burke from their abusive patriarch, Keen. Logan was content to wait out the zombio invasion in the seclusion of Lastport, but life had other plans. The zombio that Logan previously carried found its way to the town cemetery and spread like wildfire, creating an army of dead somehow under the control of Keen. Realizing Logan was in the town, Keen confronted him to seek out vengeance and take back control of his family. With the fortuitous arrival of the uncanny X-Men, Logan and friends were able to make quick work of the zombiotes, and Logan put a permanent end to Keen's abuse with a swift beheading. With peace seemingly restored at Lastport, the X-Men left, but danger still looms as Flynn managed to secret away his father's head, which carried the zombio infection. Wolverine pulls up to Emily's inn. Emily! Flynn! I smell it immediately when I get back in the inn, the inky black death stench of symbiote. Questions still lingering and accusations piling up after Alchemist's headquarters became a war zone yesterday. And any question of which version of Wolverine came to Lastport gets answered real quick. The one who's the best there is at what he does. Wolverine suits up, and what he does is make a mess of things everywhere he goes. Flynn! Shink! A few hundred feet above the waves, heading up toward the cemetery, and I wonder, something maybe I didn't choose Lastport. Maybe the infection did. The way the jungle mushrooms turn a bug into a zombie to send out more spores. Maybe the symbiotes went looking around my head, trying to find someone from my past who was used up and manipulated as I was. Someone with trauma, darkness, daddy issues, out of control hormones.
Logan!
The perfect host.
He wanted to show you he can do everything his dad ever did.
We see Flynn infected with a zombio, and Flynn's head right in the middle of the infection.
But better.
What his father did was resurrect a handful of damn corpses. Emily! Gotta give it to the kid. He did do better. Wolverine is quickly inundated by the zombiotes. Pull the anchor! The damn snow's messing with the sonar. We'll run into rocks before we find any groupers. What the hell was that?
Oh God, Flynn, where are you taking us?
The decapitated head of Keen laughs maniacally. Jumped to Wolverine. Fought these guys before in droves. Real danger is that they bite. They get those fangs in and they infect again. And that don't do Miss Emily any good. But this time around, I ain't concerned that any of these still are alive and might be curable. These ones stink, dead for years. Nothing smells like that but that. So, no sense in holding back. We see Wolverine dismembering all of the zombiotes. Boy swung his mama out to that boat, heading out to sea, and I bet just nowhere. Crawling back down that rock face is gonna be slow, too slow. Guess I'm taking the express. Muscle shredded, skin full of holes. Hurts, but that ain't the half of it. The adamantium skeleton that stopped me from popping like a meat balloon when I hit those rocks ain't exactly buoyant. Swimming ain't fun for me, even when my limbs are intact, so I sink to the bottom, lungs taking in half the bay. Except my healing factor won't let me stay drowned, so I crawl across the bottom of the sea, drowning, undrowning, running on terror and pain, trying not to go on all instincts al beast. Telling myself over and over again as seawater rushes into my skull, I ain't like that anymore.
Flynn, please, I know you're in there. Please, honey, this whirlpool is dangerous.
You want to help him, bud? Here, grab a hold of his leg. Hold on. Dad, he's heavy. Yeah, well, if he's worth saving, you'll find a way, won't you? Is he worth it? Is he?
No.
Flynn was traumatized. When he was a child, he was forced to kill another man by his father, King.
Flynn, please, you're stronger than this. Don't do this to your family.
Weak! You made me weak! Family ain't supposed to pull you down!
Flynn! King!
That voice, guess the symbiote came back as a new version too, stealing bits of my healing factor. Wolverine pulls himself from the murky depths onto the boat. Ugh! Oh god. Made it something new. Something that shouldn't be. Rah! Its webs are only thing keeping Emily out of that hungry whirlpool. Just gotta keep the kid mad and dumb. Hey! Toss. Play up the fact that two heads who ain't never agreed on much of anything are running the show. Rah! And get them to set me up for a fastball special. Sink! Ah! I got you. Bree helps set Emily free. The lady's free for a moment, and that ticks off these Burke boys something fierce. As the venom stuff rakes across my flesh, I get this tinge of familiarity. Spluck! I didn't just get my little bit of my healing factor, it got a little bit of me. Shink! Last time, my immune system took care of it. It was foreign. And now, I'm half dead, and it's half alive. I hear the alien things whispering, and I realize it ain't as dumb as I thought. This was the plan. Break me down, stretch my healing factor to the limit, and turn me back into the Wolverine who kills for someone else, starting with this boy. The one I couldn't save for being ruined like me. Stink! Next, we see a sonar blast hitting the zombiote.
Mr. Logan says the symbiote has a weakness for certain kinds of sound. Guess sonar is another one. Flynn, baby, are you okay? Mom. Honey, you're safe now. I got you.
You made me weak. I won't let you. You can't stop me from...
Flynn, no! Logan!
Whoa! Flip! Both of them get tossed into the water, but the webbing saves them. Wolverine uses zombiote webbing to save the two. Are you worth saving?
Oh, God!
Scream! Weakened, sick, beat to hell. Alien slime almost had dead to rights. Somehow, that healing factor always does what it has to. Zombiote wanted me bad, but this version of me ain't nobody's. Whoosh! As I get knocked down by a wave.
That wasn't a symbiote that tried to bury us at sea. It was Flynn. It was my son, my little boy.
Still, questions being asked about the extent of the invasion, but Manhattan may finally be safe from the unliving army that brought down so many champions, and seems that way, Emily. Now, he just has to learn, like I did. You can't blame all the terrible things you've done on someone else. And that's the hardest thing to live with.
Will you stay? Do you have to go and help Manhattan?
Right now, I'm just gonna try and sit here and wait for this to all blow over. The end. Let's see what happens in the conclusion of the Venom War.